Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Nashville. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Ferkser. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A very solid gain of 27. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps up.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. 19 yards for Derrick Henry. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now Fick in to kick off following the touchdown. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his left. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Amani Hooker, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Push him back. Push him back. 45.
A first down carry for Henry. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Second and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
Watch out. Watch out. Triple up.
Now a handoff to Henry. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Brings up a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Tannehill. This is caught. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with 4th down and 1. Fickens' kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me, that's my bad, but let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. It's a first down and more for Dobbins.
And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 28.
55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st down, Dobbins, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Being chased out left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Escape, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens draw a bit closer. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Throws left side, and he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets them even closer. Now a 2-point game. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tennessee offense set to go again.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him playing very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Josh Reynolds signed with the Titans after 4 years in L.A. with the Rams, and he was overshadowed there by some of their big-name receivers, but came through with a career-high 52 catches last year. Expects to continue in that vein with the Titans.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry, and this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Again to Henry. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Tannehill.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Another nice decision there by Marcus Peters to go for the football. And he comes down with it yet again. Since coming into the league in 2015, no one has more interceptions than Marcus Peters. He's averaged better than 5 per year.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive,
as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break.
Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Not that time for Watkins. And now it's second down. Now Jackson. He's going to go up top again.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A final shot before break. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Dancing to his left. And all the way down to the 12. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but, you know, if you wanted proof of his straight line speed, look no further.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Amari Hooker. And it's a fumble.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. Running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on
Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown Titans. Derrick Henry, their 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Titans are going to retake the lead.
Well, CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's his second touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go, but how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Finding room at the 30, and he'll be out right at the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
91 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll run here with Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore. On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Flush to his right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone. 7 or 8. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Back now in Nashville. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a give to Dobbins.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Forced out to us, and that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw, and he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Henry out of the pistol. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 143 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, here's Tannehill. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 25 yards that time. They'll run with Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down.
And he wants Reynolds way downfield.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Quarterbacks work all the time by manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins had a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Throwing now is Jackson. Rolling to his right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
One last throw here for Tannehill. He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, going into the final.